Okay, so now we're going to convert to standard form. You can only convert to standard form convert to vertex form from standard form. We cannot go from factored straight to vertex. Okay, so in order to convert to standard form, we're going to use a little tool called complete the square. Okay, with complete the square, we're going to add some blanks in there. Okay, so I'm going to add a blank on each side. Okay, so I'm going to add my two blanks. So I've got a blank here and a blank right here. Now you could put these blanks on the same side and make one of them plus, one of them minus. The key is to group the first two terms and the blank together. So next question is what goes in the blank. And if you remember from complete the square, it's b divided by 2 squared. That's what's going to go into my blank. So I take half of the 8 and then square it. Half of 8 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So I get 16 in each one of my blanks. Now we're going to write this as a square. So I'm going to write it as something squared. So I have my x at the front, and in order to get the binomial, it's going to be whatever half of b is. And I'm going to include the sign this time. So it's going to be a -4 because half of -8 is -4. Now we can move that wonderful 16 over to the other side. So I have y equals x minus 4 squared, and then 20 minus 16 would give me 4. So it's plus 4 on the outside. And the wonderful thing is this tells us our h and k. So now we have h, so we know our axis of symmetry is at +4, and our vertex is at +4, 4 would be the coordinate. Alright? So now let's look at another example. Okay, so in this example, we'll just go ahead and put the blanks on the same side, just to simplify it. So we have to leave some space after the 6x. Now notice, when in the previous example, we subtracted the 16 to get it over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract whatever I'm going to put in that second blank. I still want to group the first three terms together. Okay, so what goes in the blank? That's right, half of 6, which is 3, and then we're going to square it. So half of 6, 3, squared is 9. I put the same number in both blanks. Now I'm going to write this as something squared. Okay, so we have an x, and then half of 6 is 3. Now does it check? 3 squared gives me 9. Yes, and 3 plus 3 gives me 6. Now what is 5 minus 9? That's 4. Okay, so this is vertex form. So whenever we convert to vertex form, we are going to use complete the square and add in our blanks. And remember, it's always half of the middle term squared. And that converts to vertex.